Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys the 10 things I stopped doing to lose 60 pounds. I'm Stacy and this is Gorgeously Aging. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are brand new, a special welcome. I do hope you hit that subscribe button and join the Gorgeously Aging community. If you've been with me for a while, sending you all virtual hugs. Just to give you a little background, I did have gastric sleeve surgery 5 months ago, but everything that I'm going to share with you today can be used whether you've had surgery or have not had surgery. Now, one big misconception is that if you have gastric sleeve surgery, you are guaranteed to have successful weight loss and keep the weight off, and that is just not true. There is a lot of hard work that goes into any weight loss journey, whether you've had surgery or not, and these are 10 things I have stopped doing that have helped me to lose 60 pounds. I have stopped eating carb-filled meals and now eat smaller meals focusing on quality protein. So that may mean I have a hamburger without the bun, or I have a chicken breast and a side of veggies, or I have a small portion of steak with a small side salad. Ultimately, I fuel my body with good protein and maybe a small portion of vegetables, and I skip all of the processed and highly carbohydrate foods. It is the carbohydrates that signal your blood sugar to spike, and that elevated blood sugar makes us hungry and signals fat storage. I absolutely believe from my experiences dieting in the past and from my experience now and just talking to other people on weight loss journeys, whether it be through surgery or naturally, that reducing carbohydrates is key. It's also so important to make those portion sizes smaller. Now, one of the advantages of having a gastric sleeve surgery is that I physically can't overconsume food without making myself sick. Number 2, stop eating so fast. This allows our stomach to send those signals to our brain that we're full. Oftentimes, when we eat fast, we overconsume, eat larger portions than we need to, and this can lead to weight gain. I found that I really had to retrain myself. As an adult, I spent my career owning hair salons and spas. This meant that I had just a few minutes between clients to eat, which meant I ate super fast and usually ate more than I needed to. This was a super hard habit to break. But gradually, being super patient with myself and consistent, I started eating slower, taking smaller bites, and using a very small plate, like even the size plate from a teacup, to portion size my meals. We don't need huge plates of food or even salad size plates. If you take like a teacup saucer or a bread plate and make that your dinner plate, you will eat a portion size that is more appropriate for your stomach. This holds true whether you've had gastric surgery or not. We overconsume as far as portion sizes, and that is one way to really help reduce the portion size at each meal. So slowing down and eating smaller portions is so important. Number 3 is one I did not think possible. You guys, I'm a Diet Coke fanatic, or was, but I completely stopped drinking carbonated beverages. So carbonation expands the stomach, which is not good whether you've had surgery or not. Nobody needs a stretched out stomach. And soda has no nutritional value. So instead, I drink Crystal Light. I love the strawberry lemonade flavor, the drops. And I also love a variety of different Mio drops. These are all sugar-free. You can add them to your water. And I'll be honest, I missed that carbonation or that fizz for a while, but now I don't miss it at all. Be nice to yourself if you struggle with this. It is hard and you do get headaches when you first stop drinking caffeine or caffeinated sodas. I definitely went through that headache period, but it does get better. Number 4, I stopped focusing on cardio. You guys, I graduated from high school in 1990, so most of my childhood was in the 80s. I was born in 1971, and through that time, there was such a focus on cardio. Think Jane Fonda workouts, Richard Simmons, and all of this cardio-focused working out. I don't focus as much on cardio. I do take some walks, but I don't kill myself doing long workouts. Instead, I focus on strength training, lifting weights, and I do 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now, cardio is great for you, and I do get some cardio mostly unintentionally by taking walks, but part of the thing that makes us fail is expecting of ourselves these impossible things like 2 hours of running or 2 hours at the gym. And for many people, that's just not possible. If you can get 10 to 15 minutes a day in lifting some 5-pound dumbbells or even 2-pound dumbbells and doing some weight training, maybe some squats, your body will thank you. The shape of your body will improve, your health will improve, and you won't feel like you're killing yourself at the gym. I think we have been so trained to believe that we need to burn off tons of calories through cardio. And the truth is, sometimes cardio makes us feel more hungry, makes us eat more calories, and just makes us feel defeated. Now, if you love cardio, that's great. But I know for me, I would much prefer to do weight training and strength training and feel stronger and have some muscle definition on my body. Number 5, I stopped denying myself naps. You guys, I'm a big sleeper. I like to go to bed early and wake up early. Getting 8 hours of sleep in the evening is not difficult for me. My family will tell you, like, they'll joke all the time that I go to bed after dinner, which isn't quite true, but it's not far off. I usually will go to bed at about 7:30, 8 o'clock, do my skincare routine, watch a tiny bit of TV, and fall asleep by 8:30ish, maybe 9 o'clock. But something I do now, which is so good, mind, body, and spirit, and weight loss, is take a nap. If I feel the need for a nap around 3 p.m., which is the time I crash in the afternoon, I'll take a nap for an hour or so before dinner. Your body repairs itself when it sleeps. So weight loss requires good quality sleep to happen. Your hormones are balanced with good sleep. Your energy is restored. Your stress level and cortisol come down with good sleep. And your overall wellness is improved. So don't deprive yourself of the naps thinking I've got to get this done or get that done. The best investment you can make is the investment into your health and longevity. And if that requires an hour of taking a nap, allow yourself that time. If getting a nap in is completely out of the question with your schedule, definitely prioritize getting to bed a little earlier. I know so many people binge watch TV late into the evening and get 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but definitely it's worth the trade-off watching a little less TV and getting a little bit more sleep. Number 6, I stopped drinking alcohol. Now, this may not be a forever thing, and I have had a few sips of my husband's drink here and there when we go out to dinner. We went to Vegas, and I ordered a drink and had a few sips of it and then let my husband finish it, so I felt like I was having an adult beverage. But as a general rule, I don't drink. And this allows for weight loss to happen. Alcohol increases blood sugar, it increases your hunger, it disturbs your sleep, and it affects your liver in a way that burning fat is impossible. Now, I know there's a lot of people that go on a weight loss journey and it includes alcohol, but it is definitely better for you, for your health, and for your weight loss if you can cut drinking out completely, especially during the beginning phases of your weight loss journey. If you're somebody who doesn't abuse alcohol, gradually reincorporate it a little at a time if you have a healthy relationship with alcohol. I personally, even after one drink, crave carbohydrates terribly. So if I have alcohol, what comes next is the craving for salty pretzels, peanuts, any kind of carbohydrate that is salty is what I'm craving. I'm just hungry, almost ravenous if I drink alcohol. And it also affects my sleep so horribly. And I think for most people, if they overconsume alcohol, it's going to have a negative impact on the quality of our sleep, our hormones, and our blood sugar. Number 7 is I stopped fixating on my weight, or what I wanted to weigh, and started fixating on the health benefits that were coming from the weight loss. Now, for me, very early on, my blood pressure dropped and I got off of my blood pressure medications. This was huge for me and really inspired me to look at this as a journey into longevity. More than anything, I wanted to improve my health and the way that I felt about getting older. I think as we age, if our fitness declines and we feel sedentary, we feel that being a part of life isn't something we can do the way we used to when we were younger and more healthy, I found for me that began to feel very depressing. And I wanted to take that back. I wanted to feel like at 53, almost 53, that I didn't have to resign to getting older and fat and out of shape and less involved in life. I wanted to be as active as I had always been. Now, granted, there's going to be things that happen and change with age, but I didn't want to fixate on the weight or how much I weighed. So instead, I focus on the improved health. And for me, those things are measured by how far can I walk and how do I feel when I climb a flight of steps, or how strong do I feel. I remember a time on vacation that I had to step up to get into this van type vehicle, and my thigh strength was so poor that I had a hard time getting up into this vehicle. Mind you, I had been sedentary for a couple of years since my son died, so I lost a lot of muscle definition and strength, but my husband actually pushed me from the back, and I thought, I'm only in my early 50s. How can it be that I'm already at the point that my husband has to push me from behind to get me up into a vehicle? And that really scared me. And so now, instead of focusing on, I want to reach this weight or I want to reach this size of jeans, I focus on, I want to do these things. Now, I can definitely get up into a van now. My leg strength is improving, but I still have a ways to go. But that's how I measure my success. When you start fixating on the right things and stop fixating on the things that maybe discourage you, everything looks and feels different. You feel more like eating well and taking care of your body is a joy and privilege rather than some kind of sacrifice. Number 8, I completely stop stress or emotional eating. Now, some of that comes with the fact that I can't overconsume because my stomach size is smaller. But I still had to make very conscious changes. So if I feel like I am stressed or that I want to eat, what I'll do is I'll have some sugar-free Jell-O, or I'll have a Crystal Light strawberry lemonade because I love those. And I'll remind myself that I don't need the food, I'm not hungry, that I'm bored, that I'm emotional, that I'm stressed out. And this is hard. It takes time, it takes practice. And having things on hand that if you get to a point where you feel that urge to emotional eat or boredom eat, having things on hand like Jell-O, sugar-free Jell-O, or sugar-free pudding, or something that is healthy, eating some veggies and dip. These things can be a lifesaver when you want to make those bad choices. Having said that, if you slip up and you make bad choices, or you have a bad day, don't put off till next week. Just right away get back on track. And remember that it's not a diet that you're starting and stopping. It's a lifestyle. And if you make mistakes, which we all do, you just get back on track. You don't have to beat yourself up. You just realize that's life. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And is it really even a mistake to indulge once in a while in something that isn't considered healthy? I have a scoop of peanut butter every once in a while, which is healthy fat. It probably has a little bit more sugar or carbs than what I would normally eat, but it's got a little bit of protein. And if I feel like I want something indulgent, I'll have a tablespoon of peanut butter. I don't look at it as making a bad choice or as ruining my day or as being unhealthy. I just look at it as being normal. I needed something of a treat, and peanut butter is my go-to. I don't do it often, but once or twice a week, I'll have a little scoop of peanut butter. Number 9, and this is huge, is I stop being unkind to myself. Now, we all slip up once in a while and those negative thoughts creep into our head, but the more you can practice self-love and being kind to yourself, the better your results are going to be in your weight loss journey. Imagine if you had somebody standing next to you that was always telling you that you're going to fail, you're not going to succeed, you're a fat slob, you don't deserve to be thin, you don't deserve to be healthy. Imagine how that would affect your ability to succeed. And that is often what we do to ourselves. We don't always acknowledge it or admit it. And sometimes we don't even admit it to ourselves, but we do self-sabotage on some level. Some people are so much better at this than others, but I will admit that I have spoken so horribly to myself over the years that it has been a real challenge and has taken me a lot of work to overcome this. Ironically, is I never speak ill to anybody. I speak kindly, and when my kids say anything negative about themselves, I quickly shut that down and say, I don't want to hear you talking that way about yourself. So I really had to do the work to remind myself anytime that I had those thoughts in my head, that I wasn't deserving, that I wasn't worthy, that I couldn't be successful, that I was too old, that I may as well just accept my body as it is, that I may as well just accept my health the way it is, that I was selfish for wanting to be healthier and more fit as I'm getting older. All of these negative things were coming into my mind. I literally, when these thoughts come up, just say stop. Whether you say it quietly to yourself in your own mind, or you actually say it out loud, say stop, redirect your thinking, It's something that you have to do consciously, depending on how severe your internal dialogue is. How you talk to yourself and your thoughts, they matter and they do affect your success. So definitely stop being unkind to yourself. Number 10, and this is so important, is I stopped thinking of healthy eating as a sacrifice or some kind of diet. The truth is when you really get into the habit of healthy eating, focusing on quality protein, having some good vegetables, and you stop focusing on carbs and junk food, you realize you're doing your body so much good. It's definitely not a sacrifice, especially when you start seeing the improved health and benefits of treating your body well. When you're in the mindset of a diet or making sacrifices, or I can't have cake because I'm on a diet, I feel like you're already sabotaging yourself and making it difficult. It's a job, it's a chore, it's not something you like to do, to diet or to deprive yourself of the things you love. If you stop thinking about it as a diet and start getting excited about fueling your body with good, healthy foods, the whole mindset shifts and you become more excited about it. You become excited about how you can put on your plate things that are going to fuel your body, improve your health, and improve your weight loss. So you guys, those are 10 things that I stopped doing to lose 60 pounds. And I know for some of you, you're probably thinking, well, you would have lost 60 pounds anyway because of the gastric sleeve. But I assure you, you have to put in the work, whether you go about a weight loss journey through surgery to assist you or naturally. The gastric sleeve definitely helps so that you don't overconsume, and the pre-surgical requirements of a liquid diet and the 2 weeks post-surgery only drinking protein shakes and liquid, those 3 weeks really help jumpstart your weight loss. But once you can start eating solid foods, you have to make good choices. And all of those things are on each of us as individuals, whether we've had surgery or not. I know a lot of people that have had gastric sleeve and they lost weight initially only to regain it back because they didn't address the emotional eating or the food addiction or some of the aspects that I've talked about in these 10 things I stopped doing. They didn't address those things and the weight came back, many of them having revision surgeries or just accepting that weight regain. I'm really wanting to tackle this thing mentally, emotionally, and physically and improve my health and longevity for the long term. If you have anything to add to my list of 10 things that you have stopped doing to lose weight, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I'd love you to subscribe and join the Gorgeously Aging community. Thanks so much for joining me and sharing a piece of your day with me. I'll see you in my next video.